live from Chicago's NBC 5. This is NBC 5 News.
Welcome back. It's 6:25 now, and it's our pet segment time. And this morning, we're talking about dog park safety. Joining us is Dr. Tony Kremer. Thanks for being here. Good morning to you. Tandy.
This is Tandy.
Met Boots at the dog park.
At the dog park. They just opened a new dog park in Lakeshore East, right in our neighborhood.
And they're like this.
And look what happened, you know? Got a girlfriend right off the bat.
So we're all familiar with Boots. Now he's got a girlfriend, and we're talking about dog parks. So this is a subject close to their hearts.
It is.
Okay. So we want to talk about and get a little more serious and talk about dog park safety.
With Chicago having so many dog parks, I think there's over 15 now, we want to make sure people have some good tips on being safe when they take their dog to the park. And the first tip we want to talk about is make sure your pet is spayed or neutered. For obvious reasons.
Yes.
We want them to have fun, but not too much fun. The other thing too is that when they're spayed or neutered, they're less aggressive, they're less likely to fight, they're less likely to, maybe bite or be territorial. And so obviously we don't want any illicit hanky-panky, but we also want them to be safe too. So the second thing we want to talk about is infectious diseases.
Yeah.
Of course, in the social scene, we've got to be careful of those different things, and we want to make sure that the animals are properly vaccinated when they're going to be around other animals.
Right.
They have to have a Chicago dog city license to go in the dog park, which means they'll have their basic vaccines, but one vaccine, the Bordetella or the kennel cough vaccine, people think is only for boarding, and that is something that's real important if they're going to be around other dogs, and we want to protect them from getting upper respiratory infections and whatnot. And it's a vaccine that they should have each year, and some vets recommend a booster every 6 months because it's not a super strong vaccine. It's a nose drop most of the time.
Okay.
And so that helps tremendously in keeping them from catching colds.
And this is an obvious, but it's something that every year we do anyway, but especially because you're at parks, right? We do the prevention.
Well, we want to make sure that they don't pick up parasites. Fleas, ticks, and worms. Probably the most common things that they're going to get from other dogs. If they're on a year-round heartworm preventative, they have some protection for parasites already. They also have a medication that also has heartworm preventative that includes a flea, tick, even gets ear mites or mange, keeps them free of all types of bug stuff. And I think that's a precaution that any dog who's going to be around other dogs should have.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously bring the bags when you're doing dog. I mean,
yes.
People are going to, it's almost a social, you'd get in trouble if you didn't have a bag.
You need to be courteous and pick up after our dog.
Yeah.
I think if there's any issue with pet-friendly areas with people who are not dog people is that they don't want to deal with that aspect of it. So we got to be courteous, make sure that we clean up. Also, that helps prevent the transmission of different parasites as well.
Okay, well, thank you so much,
Sounds
Dr.
good.
Kremer.
Great.
And of course, the bio bags is what I love to use. But if you guys have any questions, you can, of course, call the Chicago Veterinary Association, 630-325-1231. Boots, you're always so calm. I can see where the opposites attract here. Tandy's got a real nice energy to her. Right, let's head back over to Allie.
It's a match made in heaven. 6:28 right now. Thanks so much. Coming up in our next half hour.